To another night of Overwatch Oasis. It is Blank Assassins versus Pepehands, the last T1 game before we head into playoffs for them. And tonight you have Jibba and Blood.
Hello.
I feel like it's been almost a full, like the whole season since we've been able to commentate a game together.
It's been unfortunate. I think it's just your timing. I blame you, I think.
It's always my fault. That's okay. So pause works. This will be a very, oh, there's my thing going here, my stick drift. This will be an interesting game because Pepehands sort of brought it together last minute here. I think everybody thought the game was tomorrow, and they had a quick time change, too. Started a half hour earlier than they were supposed to. So this will be fun to watch. What do you think we're going to see from the two teams?
Not Sombra. I was not expecting Sombra for sure. But I knew there was going to be Genji from Yume. I think I'm saying that's what I saw him playing.
Interesting to see on the side of Blank. It looks like they're going to run a dive. So Lucan and Cool are on Monkey and Ball. Cool always plays a really good ball. PJ is new to the team. This is his debut here on Tracer. We have Icy Wolf the Chadster on Genji. And then we have a Brig Moira now. So it looks like they got that speed boost out of point. And then we've got some double shield on the other side for Pepehands here. Looks like they kind of just waited for those cooldowns there so that they could engage on that dive, but Pepehands doing a really good job sort of holding their ground here with this double shield. Icy with a quick pick onto Ket and triple kill onto the two tanks also. And we have a nice team kill.
He wanted to prove to being a Chad there.
He is one. Let's, we'll follow him for a couple of minutes, pat his ego a little bit here. And then I'm never going to spectate him again for the rest of the game. Hello, chat. I'm not sure who's here right now, but 5 of you. I should probably pull up that Twitch now.
Hello, Katie.
Icy on Genji. Omega overhaul. Quick EMP there from Tommen. And it looks like Blank will be pushing, Pepehands will be pushing Blank off the point here a little bit. Ket changing from Baptiste to the Brig to kind of deal with some of this backline dive here.
Unfortunate Icy didn't get any picks off of that blade there.
Really good.
Considering how well he started.
Yeah, it was really good coordination though from Pepehands to kind of just go immediately for him. I think this is this Yume's debut game too? I'm not entirely sure if we've seen them play yet. No?
Because I casted last game for Pepehands and Yume was in it.
I like that Pepe took this top rotation here, but it's kind of dangerous because the Monkey and the Ball would be able to kind of knock them off here. You may not able to really get anybody with that high noon.
It's just a cleanup for Assassin.
We do see Alexa change from the, I think she was Mercy at first, to her own Brig to kind of deal with, I think, some spy checking here for the Sombra. Now it looks like Blank is going to take this high ground. Wolf changing from the Rhine to the Hog to try and maybe pull them down a little bit. Really nice hook there onto Cool. hate casting this map. So many angles that you always have to try and get. But Blank doing a really good job of sort of playing around here, using this pillar a little bit to their advantage. I will cast for you. Thank you, Pro. Appreciate you.
It almost felt like Pepehands went in one by one. Mori was like solo off on his own in there. Got picked off, and then one by one each got picked off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the end there, it definitely looked like they were kind of just trying to touch point. That ult really wasn't able. The EMP wasn't really able to get a lot because most of the team, unfortunately, was down at that point. So, but it looks like we're not getting a change on the comps. This map actually, more so than the last one, is better for dive. So, really interested to see what Plank will be able to do here.
Playing fine with their own Sombra here and shooting. It'll work well against the armor stay here. Yeah.
Psycho still trying to get picked up by a 2-1 team here. Oh, and cool, it looks like, I'm not sure if he meant to land there on the top with the slam, but...
There's unfortunately no support line for the Blank assassin here. This is gonna get rolled over by Pepehands here.
I think Cool just trying to stall out as much as he could there to try and prevent Pepe from taking point, but 2 offers for trials for next season. Let's like Hydra. So I think right now what's making a bit of a difference here is this Pharah Mercy. There's no hit scan right now to deal with it, so it looks like PJ's trying to get up high to kind of deal with them as much as possible.
I'm out of here. Salmon getting an early pick on both of the supports here. Is this gonna roll over for Pepehands again once more?
So, a smart move there from Icy to sort of just kind of give up and be able to regroup with the team.
Damage increased. I will not waste this opportunity.
And we might see some. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say a lot of ults online here for both of these teams.
You should be at peak performance levels.
Hopefully Icy can pull something out with that Genji Blade coming up online now.
Good use of Fade here from Ket to make sure it did not get caught in that EMP, and thus able to kind of use this Koa, keep the team up a little bit here. Icy is a really bad Genji, so I doubt it. So, not sure if anyone's going to try and touch last minute here. If anybody does, it would be Cool Fast. But if they can manage to keep him off the point, yep, as he did not really get to touch there at last minute. Pepehands takes second map, 100-0. We did see Lucan change to the shield, which is smart because that Pharah was just doing a lot of damage.
We are going to see double shield from Link Assassins first. I feel like compared to like a tier 1 team versus like over the few days that I've casted, it a lot quicker deaths happen versus or like the team fights are a lot shorter compared to drawn out like tier 2 tier 3 teams.
Yeah,
Watch it.
I can agree with you. I think that's just sometimes the coordination that happens with the higher game senses. They really know how to kind of focus in on one person. And then once, you know, once the fight is a 5v6, usually it just kind of makes cleanup a little bit easier. looks like Blank will be first on point and sort of able to kind of stabilize here.
Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei. Right beside you. You should be at peak performance level.
Still running this Pharah Mercy, though. Pretty smart. But Blank did adjust and play some double shield, so it looks like Yume is trying to get a bit of back line here. Early Koa to kind of hopefully push in here and attack a little bit. Oh, and we do see, unfortunately, it looks like Miano might get caught out here using Val, because Icy was able to sort of drop into that hole and kind of left Alexa there with no one to fly to, unfortunately. Kept very aware of where Icy is right now. Going to go chase him down, but looks like Icy chose to just take that tire and turn it around to go after Ket instead. A lot of ults here being used on the side of Blank.
Even with window up, they didn't seem to be able to get any picks off on Pepehands there.
Tommen had a really nice pulse bomb onto them, and they were able to get the Immort down, but I think it took the health down fairly quickly, so it was just a little bit of cleanup from Pepehands. So if Lucan's able to get a big shatter in here, I think Blank just kind of will need to focus down somebody, and they would be able to kind of take point.
We need to destroy that Immort. There we go. Still no one contesting for on Yume here.
Dein Schutzengel ist da.
Nice hold here on the side of Pepehands. A lot of ults, though, still that as long as Blank can touch here this time, they will have ults incoming. Icy does go down to Tommen. Smart use of sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was just
saying, is the school boss left to contest?
Yeah, I was gonna say I need you guys to start screaming. I need to feel this intensity. No. But I was gonna say it was a really smart use there of the early bongos on the side of Mori to kind of just keep the rest of Blank from pushing in here. My dog is lying on my computer right now. Spamming the number 2.
Oh no. Dude.
into the Overwatch chat here.
Oh no.
Thankfully the enter button is on the other side there, so. All right, and to the next map we go. Which I want to say was...
I'm sorry, I'm not a screamer pro silence.
Yeah, you've got two of the more quieter casters. We have some people that really like to spitfire and get very intense with their casting, but we kind of just, I think, prefer to let the two teams play style.
Okay.
Yep.
All I can do is like open my mouth and my eyes widen. That's all. Unfortunately, there's no face cams for this.
Scream. To King's Row we go. I should put them on the winter map just for fun, but one thing we don't see too often is the other maps get played here.
If both teams agree, can we play it?
Yeah. I'll ask them right now. I'm sure they're both going to immediately say no. They have a stupid peanut butter joke. Don't do the Christmas map.
Buff Bob is asking.
All right, so it looks like we have Nasty coming in for Lucan, and then everything is going to stay the same. Who is PMJ? Give us a little backstory on his history. You can make it up, it doesn't matter.
PMJ sounds like PJ, so maybe they come from a rich family that makes PJs. You know, he's advertising his family name, PJ Mall, PJ Mao.
500 silk cotton count PJs. We have Winter King's Row as a yes.
Sweet. It's such a pretty map, too.
I think we have it from Bunny. I'm going to take that as a yes. We have it from Alexa, so we are going to get going here for the Winter's King Row. So we just need a ready from Pepehands, and then we will get going.
And we're ready.
I think this is actually the first time we've seen a different map than the basic ones. As casters, you always must ask. Look at how much prettier it is. And the nice uplifting music we have.
It's nice because it's super hot and this is pleasing to look at all the snow and wishing you had it.
No? It's July. Listen, it's whatever month we want it to be. Watch BA huddle up near the fridge in the attack spawn room.
Are they huddled up? They're not huddled up.
Well, this is Pepe first.
Oh wait.
Wolf destroying presents under the tree. Bah humbug, what a Grinch.
He looks like a Grinch. Don't tell him I said that.
So it looks like we're getting Winter in for this map on that Doomfist, which we always sort of see him play. But we
Both
get
Winter and Tommen are like super good at disturbing the back lines, no matter what character they play.
So it looks like we're going to get a double shield and a Junkrat Ash on the side of Blank. We need more Christmas puns as the game goes on.
Winter in the back line trying to make a disturbance against the tanks right now, causing Immort to come out already.
Yeah, which will be, I was going to say, unfortunate, because now that punch, Winter with the punch, will be able to kind of do a lot of damage since there's no Immort to protect them here.
We already saw he got a triple here, and that's fun. Looking to get some picks in the...
Point, Pepe.
You're looking for a pick for anybody lately,
Little contestation on point, while the rest of Blank sort of regroup and set back up here. Looks like they're trying to chase down Winter right now. Is that a word, contestation? Sure. If I say it is, it is.
Interesting, Icy came out with his own pharmacy here. That does mean that if Nano decides to pocket Icy more, then PG doesn't have the pocket to test their Pharah.
Nice field placement there on the side of Mango. Really able to sort of keep Pepehands from kind of pushing in too aggressively here. Good coordination on the side of Pepehands too to use that pull flux there to get majority of Blank sort of into that.
Nice, he's showing that he does not need Nano to get a double pick on him on his own. Blank will hold here.
Yeah, I would really like to see Pepehands sort of back out of this fight right now, because it is definitely a bit of a lost fight for them. Blank only having to invest one ult there. I know Giant did use that ult at the beginning of the fight and already is almost back to their Matrix field here. Looking like we're getting a little bit of a Pharah Mercy fight here. Icy able to take Winter out very quickly. Looks like Pepehands might want to switch to a hit scan here, because Icy is just really getting a lot of utilization off of this Pharah Mercy.
Compared to the two, Icy is more consistent on hitting his shots with Pharah. The Pharah is a very difficult character to actually spam rockets with consistently. Like they are gonna keep the pharmacy on Pepehands.
Icy is a pretty good Pharah. He is. Good ult combo there. From using, on the side of Nasty and PJ, using the bongos and the bob to kind of really just increase the damage there that he was putting out. Only second to me, of course. So, time's sort of just ticking away here as Pepehands try to kind of regroup and take this corner, which it looks like they've been having a bit of trouble to do. Good use of Immort from Ket, able to save the team there from taking damage from the Sigma Flux.
Typically now would be the time to swap off Pharmacy on this map. On this part of the map at least.
Almost would be interested to see if they go back to dive. Both Pharahs taken out.
Both barrages gone.
Almost wonder if that was, I was going to say, being used just so they can switch, and we do see Yume switch to the Ashe instead. Looks like Icy will be going to Tracer so that they can touch point. Have a lot of fast characters kind of incoming here from Blank. Winter doing a really good job of camping this right door here. This Tracer is awful. I really like the stall here from Blank. They're really kind of they were able to sort of stagger themselves in one by one there to eat off a little bit more time from the clock.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
It seems to me as if both of those teams maybe potentially stayed on, I would say, the Pharah too long there. Especially for this third point, even Icy staying on it. I think both of them, looking to use their barrages and then swap, but might have been more beneficial for them to sort of just forego the barrage and swap instead.
I think Pepehands should have swapped off way sooner than they did. Up until the third point there. Because Yume was getting shut down by his high far install.
Is this the peanut butter joke? Silence. They were all pretty much grouped up there for a minute. Well, we just had to highlight it then. Was that like a little good luck ritual there for them? I'm assuming. So we see Blank running a Mei here, probably looking to kind of maybe wall off Winter if he overextends. And they are able to get him. Both Immorts go down to save the teams. Nasty just sort of pushing very aggressively through the shields, going after both Wolf and Tommen. Quick early take there from Blank will give them 5 minutes to try and push through this little shop housing district here. But looks like Pepehands are gonna kind of wait up top here and try and get a lot of damage as they come through this choke. But Blank, it seems, was ready for that.
Giant had a really nice Immort, saving a lot of the damage negated that the Pharah ulted on.
Yeah, if Blank are able to kind of get this payload around the corner quicker than Pepe did, they'll be in a really good position on their time bank here. Looks like Pepe might just let them have it unless they're waiting. Oh, nope, here they all come.
I'm not sure why they're still keeping the farm
A lot of ults incoming here from the side of Blank. But it looks like Pepe were kind of able to stabilize after using 3 of their own there. Let's give Winter a bit of a follow. So hopefully calling out them incoming. It looks like he's trying to, yep, I was going to say, get one of the healers here. Force out that res. Would expect to see Ket probably use his Immort Field here. Or not Immort Field, his Matrix, yep. Smart of Blank to sort of just back off. Fortunately, Cool might have been rested to a very bad position there.
Things are about even right now, both sides.
Yeah, when Winter able to take out a healer early on in the fight here is definitely doing a lot of work. So it looks like, you know, Blank might be looking for him to prevent that from happening this time. So both DPS is down on the side of Pepehands, which will force the remaining players to sort of back up here a little bit, give Blank a little more room again. Still able to kind of contest this point right now.
Marie getting the rust off on full. The tank is back up.
Just if these two healers can kind of pocket Wolf hard enough here to allow the rest of the team to get back, and still a winnable fight.
PJ almost blocked off the giant on there.
On the escape out.
Yeah. So I saw the wall go down immediately, and I'm sure there was some shouting.
Everyone, get on it!
Interesting, Tommen went on to ball now. I'm sure it was for the contest, but he can build mines fast enough.
Yeah, or even just if they get it into overtime here, being able to kind of push them off point would be helpful. Good target focus there from Winter onto PJ. PJ about to take out Ket there, but that punch was able to kind of save him from dying in that fight.
Play of the game.
As you were pointing out, accuracy here from Icy. was definitely why he was a bit more of the dominant Pharah here.
Giant had some really nice teamwork saving his teammates.
As somebody who is trying to pick up BAP, that is, in my opinion, quite hard to time really well. Because you don't want to throw it down too early for the enemy team to sort of, focus it down and take it out. But you can't be too late on that one either. Alright, so what is our next map?
Was it Oasis? No, we did Oasis.
We did Oasis. I just have to keep going back to pins and see.
Havana? No, that's
Temple.
That's
Gross. It's
Ugh.
Temple. Probably everyone's like least, well, other than Paris and Horizon, which are not in rotation, but I would say least favorite 2CP map here.
We have a friend who, every time he plays comp or quick play, it's like we have like calculated, and it's about 8 out of 10 times he will get Anubis.
That's yikes.
Yeah.
Unless he likes Anubis, but
He loves Ana, but he's not a fan of Anubis. But every time he plays, whether it's on PC or console, he will get Anubis. It's Jeff loves him, which is why he gets Anubis every time. So, I'm sure we're gonna see another pharmacy going off. I'm hoping for a widow battle.
a Widow battle would be nice. I wouldn't be surprised if we see, a Junkrat, or maybe a sneaky sim teleport strat.
Almost always dive Torb, of course. Dive Torb, best Torb. Nobody can argue that.
I mean, Torb is easily one of the best characters in the game, let's be honest.
Exactly. If you can do dive Torb, you win the game. I'm hoping Blank Assassins make a comeback here.
Would be nice to see this go to a map 5. I know we had this week thus far, only tier 2 played, but every game has been a 4-0 thus far this week. So it would be really interesting to see tier 1 kind of break that up a little bit here.
Interesting, Mori's going in, Wolf sitting out.
Oh, and we have Leo coming into tank too. It's been quite some time since I've seen Leo tank.
Leo's Zarya is pretty nutty.
He's also a very good Roadhog, so kind of curious what sort of tank lineup they plan on running here.
Temple Anubis doesn't have any like event maps, right? Or like the
No, I don't think any of the 2CPs do, honestly.
unfortunate. I'm excited for the summer games coming up.
When does that patch or that event come out?
I think it's supposed to be next month. Let's Google it.
If anybody in chat knows, we can take that information from you.
It'll be in August, the first week of August. Because the past few times, so in 2018 they happened August 9th. 2019 they started in July, the end of July. So we should be expecting it sometime next month, the beginning of next month.
So we just need a ready from Pepehands, and then we'll be able to get going.
I wish they turned all the maps into like winter maps. It'd be dope.
I feel like Anubis would be a hard one to turn into it, but have they given us already yet?
I mean, it has snowed once. No, they have not given a red tea.
Waiting on Mori. He's a Pepega. He reset all of his settings. Big oof. All right, and they are ready.
Now entering the temple of Anubis.
Young dragons.
Initiating match.
Almost wondering if we're going to see a Sombra again here from Blank when they're attacking.
Maybe. Most likely will be a Junkrat, though.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna assume from Icy playing Junkrat.
Ready for battle.
Maybe not.
Interesting. Looks like we're going to have a Widow Farah.
There's a pharmacy on both sides.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
And then we are going to see the Orisa Hog, so Leo probably will be looking to kind of pull somebody down from the high ground here when Pepehands do set up.
Giant might have a rough time here.
Looks like they could be going for the big nade spot in the beginning.
So with Winter, to harass the backline, that's gonna be rough on him.
Unless the purpose is to sleep Winter and then have the team collapse.
Might be.
Yep. And it looks like I think, are going to have that nade incoming. Winter
I
just
didn't realize Mori's on Diva here too.
Winter is just patiently waiting for them to push in here. Icy with an early pick here onto Marie. So if the rest of Blank can kind of just focus in and take down Pepehands, there's no res available.
Didn't realize how fast I built that barrage there.
Seemed mostly just a lot of spam damage kind of into the shields. Looks like Icy will be chasing down Winter. Incredibly fast point take there from Blank.
Almost felt like the 2 DPS were... There was no focus call on the Pepehands side there.
Mm-hmm. Having Winter on the Doomfist might not have been the best choice there, just to how kind of split Blank was playing. He really wasn't able to do any damage early on in the beginning. Oh, and it looks like Lucan might get caught out here, trying to escape out, but Blank is doing a really good job of trying to help him. And it seems like Pepehands really just are going to try to stall this point now.
Right now it's just a shaving off time for them.
Mm-hmm. Definitely need to see Blank take everybody out quickly, though, because the more time they're allowed to sort of regroup here, you know, can get very dangerous.
Anya may going to Bastion just to spam away. Maybe it will work.
It looks like it did. Chat, what do you think about that? Seeing the Bastion come out just to kind of keep point here. Looks like you will be going back to switch, though. You see Winter in the background as that Tracer kind of just putting a lot of damage here, forcing the rest of Blank to peel back.
TJ going to that Sombra, maybe to harass Winter out more. The 2 counters for each other getting picked off.
Heroes never die.
Good use of translocate from PJ there. They were stuck with the the bomb here. Able to kind of get out due to that. Still, just Pepe doing their best to keep on point. Make sure Blank does not take it.
Lucan stayed alive too long when it was a lost fight there.
Yeah, it will force the rest of Blank to sort of try to make some space here, but they're kind of going to have to wait. It looks like they will be going for this right rotation, although the rest of Pepehands are kind of meeting them here. Trying to body block and catch Leo out.
There's a lot happening in that little corner there.
Yeah.
Are they going to be able to contest there?
Unfortunately, it looks like choosing to take the fight into that corner meant, you know, they weren't able to touch point there at the last minute when they needed to. But Blank did a really good job of shaving off almost 4 minutes of time there.
Initiating match.
Not Blank, Pepe. My bad.
It took me a second and I realized, and then you corrected yourself.
It's always when you switch them, like they go from one color to another, and then you're like, wait, what team am I talking about?
we're gonna see pharmacy again. Or from PJ this time.
And we are getting that Junkrat on defense. So it looks like, though, kind of going to be sticking with a bit of a dive on Pepehands with Yume now on the Widow. Which, just as a reminder to all of chat, we do have that Tier 3 Widow tournament tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure what time it is, but White Walkers are hosting that.
That'll be interesting. I should have signed up for it. Unfortunate.
Looks like quite a few good matchups were announced. So it looks like Icy knows that Winter is up there in the back lines. And that, the dive to just kind of push them off of the high ground here.
On Yume getting the pick off of Nana is gonna allow no res to go through on like assassin. Seems like picks are pretty even right now.
Mori did get stuck in that Junkrat trap and was taken out of mech pretty quickly.
It looks like if Pepehands will be able to take it.
My controller getting low.
My ultimate is almost ready.
You got the notification.
No one can
Yeah.
my sight.
Now that's teamwork.
Oh, looks like
Again?
Pepehands doing the exact same thing I think I did on Anubis when I was just really anxious to get into the fight there.
Early tired here.
Team is going to have to separate, otherwise, yeah, I was going to say, it is able to still take Marie out, so. Seems as if Pepehands are still going to kind of commit here, but they do lose 2 more in that fight, so probably best to sort of back out of there.
I see did swap to Genji counter Widow, but Yume swapping to Pharmacy.
And it looks like Icy is also going to their own Fire Mercy here. So Tom and China kind of come in here from the right. Misses a little bit of that jump.
PJ is on Reaper to deny a lot of common work.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage incoming for these 2 dive tanks between Icy and PJ. Oh, and poor Mori is going to get stuck.
And there's no place to jump off either.
Definitely one of the smartest things that you can do, though. Especially when you get a baby diva out of mech like that. So it looks like we have a tank lineup change on the side of Pepehands going to this pulled pork. Mango changing to a Baptiste.
I've got you.
Oof.
Gotcha.
Good accuracy from Icy is going to be able to stop that push here on the side of Pepehands.
We made a great team.
What do you think Pepehands need to do to kind of swap this up and take point?
Push as a team more. It almost feels like they're like they do get the picks regardless, but it always feels like they're always having 2 different battles. sometimes.
Yeah, these early picks happening from Icy are definitely problematic here for Pepehands.
I'm assuming Ket is swapping.
Probably to try and, yeah, I was gonna say try and help out with this Fire Mercy maybe a little bit and get the Immort fields for them.
I guess mainly Icy Wolf causing a lot of problem more than anything. Icy Wolf does have a barrage coming up, so they can shut it down. Still have a free push. Unfortunately not fast enough.
Yeah, it looks like he waited for that Immort field to be down, and then got a really good angle there on the rest of Pepehands. So it looks like Marie might be caught out. Oh, but she is able to escape with the poke from Tom in there. So EMP High Noon would be very major here in this fight if they are able to kind of pull this off.
60 seconds.
Apagando las
Here we go.
sterben nicht. Der Kampf ist noch nicht vorbei.
A lot of ults incoming. It looks like they might be saving that High Noon for this Flux instead.
Your support has arrived.
If Pepehands are able to kind of combo these ults correctly, I think they will be able to take point, depending on how well Blank will be able to kind of come back and stall.
Like you guys are both about to get another barrage here, so it might be nice and more, but too fast. We're still holding on to that High Noon, even though we used Flux here by Pepehands.
High Noon able to take both supports out though.
Icy Wolf is down as just a cleanup crew for the Pepehands if they're able to do it fast enough.
PJ smartly kind of hiding there, waiting as long as he could. It looks like Blank might be stabilizing here.
Yeah, using an the window kind of selfishly, but is getting a pick here.
Ket was at a really good angle for that though, because that way then if they were coming through this doorway, you know, he would be able to kind of pick anybody off. Zanny's score is 2-0 to Pepehands right now.
Score 2-2. Switching sides.
Are we going to see a draw?
If we see a draw, that means Blank will have lost the game.
I mean, Blank Assassin did a really good job pushing in the first time around and were able to take point. But
Yeah,
that's because with Pepehands, I think they were playing really split. Both the DPS went in their back line to focus a widow, which left their front line open.
Which it actually looks like they're kind of, they're going to be playing a little bit more grouped up and bunkered together here, which is smart by them.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Stop it. Hello.
wish you could spray when you were in the camera angle mode. Did some really insane sprays onto the thing. Now we can say good luck. GG's.
I think with Winter playing a little bit closer to the team here now, it'll be more beneficial because they might be able to kind of stop the pushes as they're happening. Looks like Blank is going to keep that same lineup that they had here on their attack, which is smart by them.
No one on the high ground picking up the roof. Dropping back to free.
Oh, and it looks like both DPS are taken out. Giant's sort of doing a really incredible job here with these purples on the Ana.
Play of the game.
Winter.
Oh, and it's this flank high noon. That is a lot of damage done by Icy in a 15-minute game, though.
Epic.
Clear skies ahead.
All right, so let's see if we have some swaps.
No swaps from Blank.
Then we just gotta get the map switched. Once I look up what the map is again. Havana. Alright, and then Wolf for Mori. And we just need readies from Pepe. Oh, and I have to swap all the spectators too. That would probably work.
We got ready.
Well, by Blank winning, they have already taken the 4-0 off the table, so it looks like we are not getting another 4-0 this week.
Initiating match.
Is Katie in chat? Katie wanted this, no? Katie wanted the going to the map 5, so if we get it, she better be watching.
This is all for you, Katie.
I think yesterday she said something like, 4-0s are too boring.
Likes the excitement.
Yeah, the excitement of not knowing who's gonna win and going to map 5. the reverse sweep happening where
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
So it
such
looks
a pretty
like
you have.
Wolf is got his shield on the outside here. Interesting.
He's trying to flex.
Maybe.
5, 4, 3, 2,
Unless we're getting a last minute change, which we are.
attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
And we have a Torb here on defense. I think first Torb of the night. Winter changing from Doomfist to the Widow. Really incredible
Leo with
coordination there. Second time Wolf was caught out by the pole hook there, but that time his team was sort of closer and able to help him through that.
Seems like Blinker. They both contest it.
It seems, though, as if the contesting is a little trickling here, unfortunately. And unfortunately, Giant will end up with bad spawn,
Installing updates.
along with the rest of the team sort of kind of making their way back right now.
I see Wolf did swap off
Mafara.
here to go for Genji to dive that Widow.
And we see Niano switching from Mercy.
Almost all 6 wolves are up from hand here. Using 2 of them ongoing right now. Interesting. PJ getting a double kill on both of the teams.
Doing a really good job of kind of just aggressively playing here and pushing into them.
That was a really nice anti as well by Giant there.
Sitting ducks. Get this moving. Back, guys. Heads up.
Healing stream engaged.
Early, big use of ults here on the side of Pepehands. I think we saw 3 come out right now.
Enemy turret ahead.
Icy
I thought there was
still.
only 2.
They used. I thought they had used the battlefield, but I guess they are the Matrix, but I guess they didn't. Unless Ket's just already managed to get it back by now.
No, Ket will use this still officially, unfortunately died to Leo.
There's just a flood of ults happening right now.
Unfortunately, there's no support on the Pepehands side. Ket is there. It's only Leo and the Leo and Ket.
It looks like Winter is trying to sort of get some damage in here onto Leo too.
That was really nice.
As my dogs knock my computer off my bed. I swear, their favorite thing to do. So we see PJ switch off the Torb onto their own Widow to try and contest Winter here. Is able to take Ket out.
Is Ket keeping the Lucio? finally sitting down Winter here.
Good pull there from Tom and kind of try and get them in, but that Immort was able to save them.
I don't think they had Immort up for that.
No?
Flux. No, it's because they used Immort before the Flux happened. The Immort was on cooldown.
It didn't seem like they took any damage from that then. Just really incredible healing then on the side of Blank there.
I think it happened like mid coalescing. So everyone was pretty much full health at that time. Falling down, I think they just got healed. A tap everywhere. Too many healers.
Really trying to use that Matrix field to their advantage there, but Icy was able to deflect the damage back. Nice stabilization from Blank.
Interesting, a double flash, but seems like Pepehands had a better combo going.
Yeah, combining the high noon with the flux is always a really good strategy there.
Leo trying to at least take out Winter off the high ground here.
Giant using their own Matrix there, a bit selfishly.
Wolf is up front by himself, taking all of this. Worked out. PJ's just trying to stall here.
I was gonna say PJ's still stalling.
A single death.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Is there something related to the Cubs happening?
No, so that would be Nala stepping on me. I was really hoping that was just gonna slide by. That would be my dog stepping on me when she knocked my computer off.
Gotcha.
Don't you start, Zanny. New meme, just everybody starts saying Cub randomly on all of the Twitches. Let's see if anybody ever picks up on it.
Cafe de Sol.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
My dog can spell. She can. A lot of really pretty pictures down in this cafe here. Oh, there are moldy bananas, it looks like. Those look kind of gross.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the pace.
So Pepehands choosing to play quite up here. Not even going to allow the payload to really move that much. And this Pharah Mercy really just kind of going back and forth between both doors here. Winter and Cat do go down.
But the picks are still in the favor of Pepehands with Marie getting that res back on Winter.
I mean, smart play because, you know, if you do end up dying, at least you are really far up here. You've prevented the payload from sort of moving here. I'm sure this is some sort of, like, OWO strat. I know Wolf really watches a lot of OWO and likes using those.
Unfortunately, Winter Winter getting picked off by Icy.
Justice reigns from above.
Just to clean up the group for Link Assassin's here at this point.
Looks like Marie knew that Yume would be going down and using that ult, so chose to sort of back out here. Unfortunately, both supports do go down in the meantime.
It's gonna be a lot longer to group up now.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Leo rocked out of that ult there. Bob quickly burnt down. Winter and Icy really trying to kind of battle each other here a little bit. So a lot of sort of individual fights going on here. It looks like Ket almost gets hooked there by Leo.
Really nice combo between the two.
So Blank is kind of coming up on two-fight territory here. If Pepehands is able to stall this out long enough, it will be just that one-fight territory. Looks like that was... Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like really good target focus here. Winter able to get those early picks, force that res in the beginning. They have ults online here. They have the bongos with the Mercy, so a lot of damage can be incoming if they choose to sort of combo those two ults here.
I think all they'll need it because Bob is the test point. Are going in the favor of Pepehands here. Like it'll just be a cleanup for them as well. And that'll be the last of it.
Victory.
And that will bring the game 3-1 Pepehands as our winners. Kind of the Pepehands I remember more so from last season. It seems like this season they've, I wouldn't say struggled a little bit, but sometimes just their coordination isn't quite as there. And tonight it was. So definitely good to see. Blank has been dominant all season and doing really well. And it looks like, you know, Taters and Pepehands are actually just kind of getting their feet back under them, which will make for really good playoffs, in my opinion.
10 immortality field deaths prevented.
So I was going to say that brings us to MVPs.
The lovely part.
Really good plays by everybody tonight on both sides. So honestly, you know, MVPs could go very much either way, but I kind of, in my mind, have who I think deserves the MVPs. Add in low-key, everyone holding strats. I agree with you. Would you like to do? Would you like to do support first?
I think Giant should get support.
Yeah, I agree with that one. I think Ket did a really good job, and Marie was, and both Mercies, Niano and Marie, were just everywhere, you know, doing really good jobs of pocketing their Pharahs, keeping everybody up. We saw Giant and Ket both kind of switching back and forth a lot between the different characters that are in their sort of player pool, but I do think Giant was just a little more impactful in regards to the ability to heal and kind of save the team and use those immorts and use those matrices more team oriented versus where Ket, who it looked tonight, was a little bit more of like a DPS support in a way, which not a bad thing to be, but just that card that we saw for Giant, the 10 deaths prevented from the immorts, I think is just a card that I've never actually even seen before. So I would agree with
Uh,
Giant.
Now for, I think if if we're gonna give it for DPS, I would go on Yume and Wolf. Wolf for tank and on Yume for DPS, just because I think between those two, their synergy was really well and comboing ults consistently
Hmm.
between the two.
That's actually exactly who I was thinking for both of them too. I think Icy and PJ did a really amazing job. You can see
Yeah.
their synergy and their coordination. I think Winter did a really the Doomfist was very disruptive, and the Widow was super accurate. We saw Winter also on the McCree, but I just think Yume was a little more impactful in regards to playing with the team, like you said, the alt coordination. We saw a lot of different characters from Yume, and Yume was in all of the maps. I think Taman on first map did a really good job too, especially on the Tracer. But I would agree. Cool, Leo, Lucan, Nasty, all really amazing tanks. Taman, Mori also did really good job together. But I definitely think just Wolf's rocks, his fluxes, his kind of ability to aggressively stay on point, even if it was realistically just like him versus one other person, and kind of pull those fights off, I think was really impactful for Pepehands tonight.
Hmm.
So it looks like we
Like,
will be
if
giving
I
it.
could, I would give it to Icy as well. I mean, just because he makes Pharah looks like a hit scanner more than anything.
we
His
could give
Pharah is very nutty.
we could give Icy an honorable mention. I definitely don't disagree with that. We did see on Kings Row the sharpshooter play of the game from Icy, and to be able to accurately land those rockets on both a Farah and a Mercy who are up in the air, I think, you can obviously tell he knows what he's doing with that character. What's up, Rock? Thanks for coming to the stream. Um, but yeah, I would say definitely Wolf for tank, Yume for DPS, Giant for support, and then, like I said, if we want to give Icy an honorable mention, we can do that.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah,
fine.
that works. All right, guys, thanks for coming to the stream. It is 3-1 Pepe Hands, and we'll be posting those MVPs up shortly. Has PJ always been on blank? No, he is a new pickup. Today was his debut game, and he did a really good job on it. So, but we're gonna end the stream on that. So, good night, chat.
Like that.